This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. See, I love Andre.
Go ahead,
SOG
he
Ward.
knows.
If anybody understands me and they understand the mentality that I have when it comes to fighters that I root for, I always root for Floyd Money Mayweather. If you knew me back then, I was a Floyd guy. I root for Earl the Truth Spence. If you know me, I always rock with Earl the Truth Spence. But you also gotta know that I rock with the SOG, man. Andre SOG Ward. This guy right here is the ultimate utilities man when it comes to boxing. When it comes to basically how he unctions himself, how he governs himself in the ring, how he dominated in that Super 6. How he had an answer for every motherfucker, whether it was a Carl Froch, whether if it was a Arthur Abraham, you fucking name it, he had a response. Whether if it was Saki Obika, the motherfucker had a response. And you gotta love that shit. You have to love the fact that Andre SOG Ward was that dude in the Super 6, because Andre SOG Ward dominated all of his fucking opponents. And what people don't understand about Andre SOG Ward is this guy right here was not only the baddest of the bad, but Andre SOG Ward did his thing at the highest levels. When we think of boxing and we think of guys like Michael Kessler, go look at what Andre SOG Ward was able to do from a boxing standpoint. This guy systematically dominated every one of those guys. The reason why Andre SOG Ward was the guy that he was is because Andre SOG Ward had the utilities man mindset. The utilities man mindset is to be a fighter by any means necessary, by any utilities that's at my disposal. Let me say it again, because what I said was so deep and profound. So hear me, motherfucking well. Let me be the man by any means necessary. Let me be the man by any disposable of utilities that's unction and given unto thee for that particular fight. That's what he did. So when we get to the contextualized topic of what he's talking about here, when Andre SOG Ward tells you that Devin Haney has to run that motherfucker back, and the significance of him running it back with Lomachenko, Andre SOG Ward said it. You see how when He Knows Everything says something, then you have the boxing connoisseurs, you have the boxing aficionados, you have the boxing pedigree people come back and regurgitate, they come back and reiterate, they come back and re-ingratiate, they come back basically to re-input and reinvent in your mind exactly what He Knows Everything said. Didn't he bring you that heat and that fire? Didn't he keep the foot on the necks? Didn't he apply unlimited pressure? Didn't he tell you pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Didn't this man completely told you to hear him and hear him fucking well? Didn't this man told you what he says is so deep and motherfucking profound? Well, here's what's deep and profound. No, here's what Andre Ward said that's what's so deep and profound. The reason why Andre Ward is a subject matter expert, the reason why Andre Ward is beyond qualified,
Go ahead, he knows.
basically credentialized to tell Devin Haney and his rabbit ass and his father Bill Haney, who should be fired as a trainer, by the way. I've been saying this guy should have been fired since Alfredo Santiago. If he does not get fired from anything that has to do with the square circle with Devin Haney, Devin Haney's going to get exposed. If Devin Haney does not humble himself, if Devin Haney doesn't come to the conclusive finality and the totality state, then I need to get back up under the Mayweathers, he is screwed. Because let's keep it a buck. He's been a Dollar General Floyd, a Dollar Store Floyd all of his boxing career. Let me say it again. He's been a Dollar General Floyd, a Dollar Store Floyd all of his boxing career. But he can be the highest iteration of a Dollar Store Floyd. He can be a highest iteration of a Dollar General Floyd if he falls up under Andre Ward's tutelage of explaining that he has to run that motherfucker back. See, in boxing, when a fight is not definitive and you want to create legacy, this is known in our black boxing community fan base, because we have the greatest boxing community fan bases because we get behind the greatest fighters. People don't want to say this, but the black slickster style is the greatest style in boxing. because the black fighter is the greatest fighter in boxing. Let me say it again. The black slickster style is the greatest style in boxing because the black fighter is the greatest fighter in boxing. If you look at the greatest fighters, they're black. Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali. You know, some people will say Sugar Ray Leonard. Some people will go as far as to tell you Marvin Hagler. It all depends. But what do you come to a conclusive and a common denominator of? They're black. You see where we're going with this? You see the conundrum, you see the catch-22, but you also see the equation, the appropriation, and the variation, and then the completion. So when Andre Ward says no fight outside of Lomachenko matters to Devin Haney, then Devin Haney needs to hear him and hear him motherfucking well. He needs to listen, pay attention, and understand that in the magnitude of the sport, in what we call etching the stone of legacy, what we call basically carving a niche out, carving a name for yourself, when you're not definitive, run that motherfucker back. That's what Andre Ward did with Sergey Kovalev. That's what Floyd Mayweather did with Castillo. If you consider the Dollar General Floyd, do what Floyd did with Castillo. Make it definitive. That's what Floyd did with Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana was running his mouth. Floyd made it definitive. See, Devin Haney needs to make it definitive because Andre Ward said, I believe that if Devin Haney fights Lomachenko a second time, he can create more separation. But you did definitive with George Kambosos Jr. But it's because you comfortably beat him. Why did you run that one back? Nobody wanted to see you run it back with George Kambosos outside of him enacting his rematch clause. That is one you could have protested and contested. Let me say it again. That is one you could have protested and contested because everyone knows you beat George Kambosos definitively. That is your signature win of your boxing career. But when you're not definitive, when your win is in question, you don't run it back. That shows you the true pedigree and the true character of a fighter. So when Andre Ward says no fight matters, but you running it back with Lomachenko, you listen to Andre SOG Ward because he's an error-filled fighter. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what on the Knicks. I keeps the foot on the what on the Knicks. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.